rewind that old VHS. We're diving deep in cheesy flicks. Yeah, we're on a vintage quest. Low reviews but high on laughs. Let's give these films a cheer. The cult classics, flops, and nuts. There are topics this year. We're the Ejectables, rolling back the years, celebrating movies that no one else cheers. From backhanded juice to epic fails, we say it's all good. We're the Ejectables, yeah, we're misunderstood.
Welcome to the Ejectables. This is the show where movie enthusiasts Bill and Ian join forces with a weekly rotating guest to celebrate movies that we feel have been unjustly panned by the critics or sadly ignored or forgotten by audiences. This week's weekly guest is Sloane Avery. Sloane, thank you for joining us.
Thank you
for having me. I'm so excited.
So Sloane, you all know as an LA-based actress from things like All American, It's Sunny, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Teen Wolf, Body of Proof, and a billion other credits, which you can check out on IMDb. So very cool to have you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
So how do you know Bill?
Me and Bill, we go way back.
Way back. I was in Teen Wolf. I was the star of Teen Wolf. Didn't you know that, Ian?
You were the wolf.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, got tons of acting credits. Yeah, you know. I was
but
on
you were
Broadway.
in the original, right?
Yes. The one where the guy's pants is down. Did you ever see
gosh.
that video?
I haven't seen that.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, so if you go to YouTube, the ending shot where he makes the basketball in the stands, someone's pants were down, like an extra.
No.
And so they tried to.
Whose job was that? To prevent that from happening.
Someone dropped the ball.
Yeah. So in the 1985 Teen Wolf, there's an extra with his pants down. I don't know if it's a guy or girl, and they're trying to get it down while walking to congratulate Michael J. Fox while winning the.
That happened back when it was only film and you got one take.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it cost a fortune. Oh man, I got to go check that out.
It's like Back to the Future 3 with the young kid. Doc Brown's kid has to go to the bathroom, and he's indicating he has to go to the bathroom to his private parts on the train. It's like crazy. You didn't know these things?
No, creepy.
Yeah,
Bill.
if you go on YouTube, Google Teen Wolf.
I've never used YouTube. How do you use that? Is that a website?
Teen Wolf, pants down, and then Back to the Future 3, kid has to go to the bathroom.
Is this like the Wizard of Oz hanging person?
No, this actually happened.
Bill, you have to possibly be the person running IMDb trivia because this sounds like something that I would see on there.
That's true.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then in the In-Laws with Alan Arkin, they did a very long shot, and there's a guy that was about to mug Alan Arkin. He could see him, and then he runs away because he realized he's on set. He's in a movie. Yeah,
humans are so funny.
Yeah,
weird. So. Well, shall we get into this? What do you think?
Go. Yeah.
Now, Sloane, what movie did you choose that you think that you did not eject? What movie would that be?
Okay, so the movie that I've chosen is called Brick, and it's directed by Rian Johnson, and who was just some guy. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he's gone on to do some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I was first introduced to this movie. I was filming a movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's the star of Brick. And
what movie? Can you tell us?
It was called Don John.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt's directorial debut. And this movie is Rian Johnson's directorial debut. So I'm just hanging out on set. This was the first movie I did in LA. And and I'm just hanging out on set, and there's these two like kind of older dudes like just hanging out we're watching the little video village, and this guy just leans over and he's like, "Do you want some hummus?" And I'm like, "Sure." That's Rian Johnson.
Oh wow.
I have no idea because I'm just like brand new to LA.
Yeah.
Like, oh cool. And so they were producers on Don John, Ryan and Ram Bergman. So I was like, I'm in this movie.
That movie is awesome, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
I saw it in the theater. I love that movie.
Really? That one could be on here.
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
I don't know if I saw it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Ian wouldn't like it. It's about manly stuff.
What? I liked Predator.
But yeah, so that's kind of the story of how I like learned who those people were, and they produced Brick and directed Brick, and then they were also producers on Don John. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like look up the other films that they do, and so I watched Brick, and now since I rewatched it again, I haven't watched it in a few years.
Yeah,
I'm starting to realize I must have been in a dark time. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Like the two movies you guys picked, I was like, oh, like I kind of went on a roller coaster. This one, I was just kind of like, oh God, this is heavy. But yeah, it's so funny. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch Brick. I loved it. I used to watch it all the time, and nobody I've ever met has seen this movie, and so that's why I picked it, because I'm like, they should. I think it's great.
That's
And
a perfect choice.
yeah, thanks.
Wait,
Yeah.
so where are you from? If that was your first movie in LA, are you not from LA?
No, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah. So I moved to LA, and this was like the first. I mean, Don John was the first movie I did, and
Not bad.
yeah.
Not
They
bad.
filmed that in New Jersey, right?
Nope. They
Really?
filmed it in downtown LA.
Oh my God.
Which is like
in
Jersey.
Studio City.
Well, it
Mhm.
takes place in Jersey. It's weird.
Yeah, it's all in New Jersey. No, they literally filmed there's like a movie theater. There's a bunch of movie theater scenes, but they all filmed them at the ArcLight in like Studio City.
Oh,
They
cool.
they fooled me. The magic of movies. They fooled me.
Yeah.
How dare they?
And we fooled you with our accents too, right?
It's crazy. How dare they? I thought it was filmed in Fort Lee. How dare they?
Yeah.
Ian, we have a clip from Brick.
Oh shoot! Should I? Do you want me? Should I?
No, I'll do it. I'll
You
do
do
it.
it. Okay.
Relax. Take
Okay,
a breath. I'll do it.
Better stop meeting me in the open, too. I'm gonna start getting visible. I need you on the underneath. I'll call.
Truman, the ass VP, wants words.
I bet he does. Keep him off me. Stonewall him. He won't bite. Just keep him away from me.
I'll try. So what's first?
Make M's troubles mine. Emily said 4 words I didn't know. Tell me if they catch.
Brick?
No.
Or bad brick?
Nope.
Tug?
Tug. Tug might be a drink. Like milk and vodka or something.
Now, Sloane, do you want to give people an idea what this movie's about?
Yeah, so this is a film noir set in high school, like modern film noir, and it's a murder mystery. Basically, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character hears from his ex-girlfriend, and she sounds like really, really like in distress, and then she later turns up dead, and so he basically goes on this whole journey, like revisiting all these people from his past and like in high school, and like different cliques that he has been avoiding. Like he's been trying to get out of this, like, I guess, crime life. And so he goes on this mystery to solve, like this journey to solve her death and figure out what happened and who's behind it all. And it's set in high school, but it has that sort of old timey like language, which is basically the best part of the whole film, is just listening to that. Like, it's weird to see those young faces like saying these things. You're like, what? Like, what movie is this? It's so cool. But I actually thought about this when I was watching it. There's like references to other films that I've never seen, and I'm like, oh, I should go back and watch all of those that are
Like super oldies, like before our time. Even?
Like
Yeah.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah, like Teen Wolf, the vintage film of Teen Wolf. Well, no, it's
Revenge
crazy.
of the Nerds.
I was thinking they said this is a neo-noir, and I was like, yeah, but now it's not. It's not really that modern. It's from 2006.
Yeah, that's almost 20 years old. That's crazy.
I know. I was like, oh, this is
Oh
so
my God.
modern. Like, no, they're literally at a payphone. Like,
Yeah,
nobody knows what that is now. It's so
it used to
funny.
be everywhere.
Yeah, but yeah, this film is so interesting. I like that it's set in high school. I read a thing because the Reddit thread on this movie goes crazy. Definitely go to the Reddit because it's just a bunch of people arguing about what this movie is, how it could be better, and it kind of freaked me out. I was like, oh no, do people do this about every movie? I'm like, what about ones I'm in? But
Yeah, they do it about everything.
total Reddit rabbit hole, so fun, and it's just interesting. There was a quote from Rian Johnson. He was like, this movie's not like meant to be realistic
Mhm.
for what it is in high school, but it's about drugs and stuff like that, but it's about the way high school feels. It feels like everything is so like the peak of most important. Everything is so important and intense, and like I remember being in high school thinking I was like everything was so serious and like and so I think they really capture that really well in this film, but it's also funny.
It is. I I was excited to see this movie when it was coming out because it got great reviews. I'm like, oh, this sounds kind of cool. And I think I wanted it to be River's Edge. This movie with Keanu Reeves in the 80s.
Yeah.
And which is very real and gritty. And then this, I was like, oh, it's got a thing. It reminded me, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but it's a movie called Bugsy Malone.
Yes, that's one of the movies that they said it was like it referenced, and I was thinking,
oh really?
Wow, I love Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, but Bugsy Malone's great because it's just like it's kids.
I want to go back and watch that now.
It's just kids pretending to be adults and talking in this old timey language, which I thought was kind of charming. But for me, it got a little old over time. I think if I'd seen this at 18, I would have loved it. But I was like 30 something when I saw it. But I think it is his best movie, Rian Johnson. And no offense, Ryan. I think so.
Yeah, it's funny. It's interesting. Imagine like the first movie you make is your best one.
Yeah, I mean, it's opinions, of course, but
who knows? We haven't seen all the new Star Wars, but because they're not made yet. But
is he making more? Is he making more?
Oh no, don't say that.
No, I went on IMDb to see like, oh, like what's he doing now? And I was like, oh, he did like all Knives Out and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And this is very like the foundation of Knives Out and Glass Onion. It's very much like, oh, he has a lane,
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Got a shtick.
Yeah, and it's like no one else is doing it, so it's kind of fun.
True.
But yeah, this is definitely the grittiest thing. I think he's leaned more into comedy.
This reminded me of college films when, people like, college kids don't know a lot of adults that will be in their movies. So they all play, older.
Yeah.
And it has that kind of gritty vibe, that low budget vibe. And there's a ton of great ideas, like the action sequences, the punches and all that.
Yeah.
Really well done. I think it's got a lot of style. There's a lot to appreciate. It's not entirely, I would say it's not for me, but I understand why you dig it.
Yeah. No, it's just like something different. It's a palate cleanser from some of the things that I'll be watching, which is mostly just 100 Harry Potter films over and over again.
It's fresh. It's something different for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bill?
I remember I rented it, and then I was dazzled by, especially the punching scene by the car. I was like, how did they do that? I looked it up. It was very complicated. And then I'm watching Breaking Bad, and he did a very famous episode, Rian Johnson, of Breaking Bad called Fly, where it was him, because they ran out of budget. And so it was them in the meth lab trying to kill this fly. And when he directed, I go, oh, he's the guy with the awesome visuals from Brick. Yeah. And people either love that episode or hate that episode. I think it's one of the best episodes of Breaking Bad. And then he started doing a lot more movies and stuff like that. And so I was like, I remember this guy, with those crazy shots and stuff like this. Mm-hmm. And it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt's first movie after A Mysterious Skin, where, because he was like a child actor. And I was like, oh, yeah, this guy has acting chops and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It was just the beginning of what a great visualist he was.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's great.
Yeah. I just can't believe Focus made it. And he talked about how he's not like a player and he gets awkward around people. And it's a miracle he made the film and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's really interesting. He wrote the script. It took him 7 years to make the movie and stuff like that. So it just shows you that all you need is a good script and a visual palette, and they'll let you make another movie.
And money from your parents. I guess he got a lot of money from his parents.
Yeah. Well, I saw there was a thing too that I didn't know this until I rewatched it yesterday. There's a shot that they do where they shoot somebody, spoiler, in the tunnel, and like accidentally some smoke came out of the gun or something. And then they wanted these birds to fly, but the birds wouldn't fly. So they froze it from down here and then just let the film play with the birds like I don't know how they did it. They edited it, but
I was thinking the birds. I'm like, wow, by chance, that was amazing, the birds. But then I read that too. I'm like, oh, it's
yeah, I was like, I had no idea, and now I can't unsee it. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, they're frozen.
Oh, you can tell if you look at it.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
yeah, because like it's so obviously shot on film, so it's like this grainy kind of thing. Now, when you're watching it on the big screen, you're like, oh, they're like freeze frame, like mannequin challenging, and then
Yeah.
the birds fly, and the birds. Yeah, it's like weird. It was cool
Oh, I
though.
didn't notice
I mean,
that.
really smart.
Yeah, and the thing coming out the back of the head, like you said, the spray. I guess
Yeah.
it was like it should have been the blood pack, but it like did something weird,
Yeah.
but it looks great.
One thing that I like that you picked that clip where he's talking to Brain, because there's a whole thing on Reddit that was fun. That was like, it was about how maybe Brain wasn't even real; he was just in his head.
Oh.
Ooh.
So, like when you think about it like that, like all of the times he pops up and he's like, "Okay, I need to tell Brain." I'm like,
That makes sense.
and Rian Johnson was like, "Oh, I like that theory." I was like, "Oh, so that's true. Cool."
That is cool. That makes sense because that way they can vocalize what's going through his head.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It went an awesome cast. Also, everyone was great in it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of interesting actors. I
Yeah,
love
that punchy
that
guy.
whole scene with the pin and the mom, like, making them breakfast and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I
Yeah.
think I too am an actor, so I obviously would work for Rian Johnson in a second, but I'm not as big a fan.
Yeah. That's
Like,
fair. Everybody has their, vibes. Like, some people don't like certain kinds of films. Like, I know a lot of people I'm, like, a huge Baz Luhrmann fan, and everybody's like, "Oh, yeah, Baz Luhrmann." I'm like, "What? That's the top tier perfect director." And they're like, "Oh, just too much for me." I'm like,
have you seen Strictly Ballroom?
"That's the only one I haven't seen."
That's my favorite one. It's so good. You got to see it.
We're doing that on the Ejectables in 3 weeks.
Are you really?
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Fun.
That's a good movie. His other ones, yeah.
So for Elvis, I was like late. I was like 10 minutes late to the screening. So I walked into the theater. I went to see it by myself. And I'm like sitting there for 20 minutes. And it was like, but I walked into the wrong movie theater. And I was like, this is even crazy for Baz Luhrmann. Like, what is happening here? I have no idea. And so
was it Teen Wolf? What?
No, it was Elvis.
You accident. Okay,
I accidentally went to the wrong Elvis screening, and I sat there for 20 minutes because I knew he was crazy. But I was like, this is even crazy for him.
What did you intend to see?
Elvis. So there was two
There was
screenings.
multiple Elvises.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got you. Okay.
Yes. So I was running late, but then I walked in because I was like, how many theaters are there for Elvis?
Right.
And I walk in and it's him getting drugs and dying. And or someone died. Who died? Oh, his mom died or something like that.
Spoiler.
I was like, I have no idea what's happening here. Like, and I was like, I bet this is the wrong theater. And it was.
Yeah. That's funny.
Maybe he wanted you to see it that way.
Yeah. Turn the
choose your own adventure, Elvis style.
Turn the reels around and stuff like that.
Back to Rian Johnson. Like, I think Knives Out is fun. My son loved it, but that Glass Onion movie,
that one wasn't for me. It wasn't my favorite. I really, I mean, I had fun, but it wasn't it didn't give me the same, like, oh, that was so great, like Knives Out did.
It gave me Weekend at Bernie's vibes, and Bill knows what that means.
Sloane, he hates Weekend at Bernie's. It's the next movie we're doing.
Have you seen Weekend at
Why do you hate it?
I hate it so much.
Because he has got no sense of humor. Because
I do.
He's clinically depressed.
I just think it's so. And no offense to anyone who likes it.
We know what movie he picked. We'll get to it.
Oh no, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so Mr. Non-Comedy, what movie did you pick?
I chose Dogfight. Dogfight, my pick for today. No, okay. I chose Man in the Moon, directed by Robert Mulligan. It was his very last film, came out in 1991, the very same day as Bill's pick from today, and is the story of two sisters in Tennessee, right? Are these like people you know, Sloane?
Yeah, no, they look really familiar. Like, I think that might be. Yeah, well, definitely Reese Witherspoon is from Tennessee, and she
got this in an open call.
Really?
in Nashville.
She's so good in it.
Right? She's so good in this.
She's so mature.
No, exactly. I saw this because Ebert gave it great reviews. I'm like, I got to see this. It's Siskel and Ebert. And so I went, and I was so moved by it. I think I'm the only boy my age that saw it at the time. I was in my late teens.
Beautiful.
I think you're the only boy that ever saw it.
Yeah, you saw it the other day, so now there's two. But I think it's a story about two sisters, and they both fall for the same boy who's their neighbor, and some tragic things happen, and the sisters have to find their way back to being friends again. But I think the acting is really good. Reese Witherspoon, I think Sam Waterston as her father is amazing in this film. Should we go to a clip, Bill?
Sure.
You want me to play? From today's perspective, I could see how it could seem maybe like a Lifetime movie. I can understand that perspective, but at the time, even then it felt old-fashioned, but I found it refreshingly old-fashioned because at the time, the big movies were like Carrot Top and Pauly Shore movies. This is so lovely, and it had a strong sense of time, the acting, the James Newton Howard soundtrack, the setting, the sound, like the sounds, like the crickets and all that. It was just so lovely and beautifully tragic, which I loved. It went that dark.
Yeah.
Okay, Sloane, what'd you think?
Multiple times in this movie, I was like, what is this about? Like, what is the, what is this gonna, what's the conclude? So, okay. That scene in particular makes me angry.
Because that acting when he's looking away, that's so good.
No, it's so good. And I finally realized where I know him from. He's Nick Carraway in the original Great Gatsby. And
oh wow.
Have you seen that? He's amazing. I love the original Great Gatsby, meaning like not the Baz Luhrmann one. Well, Baz Luhrmann plug.
And he's great in The Killing Fields as well.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, no, he's just like I hated him so much, and then I realized the movie didn't want me to do that. They wanted me to be like, oh, he was, even how she's like forgiving him in that scene is just like, she acted that so well.
Yeah.
And she's so in control, and she's like 11.
And she hadn't really acted.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it said introducing Reese Witherspoon. I was like, what? But yeah, no, she was so good in that. She ran that whole film. But also everybody was great. And yeah, the dad was great. But that
the tractor was amazing.
The biggest villain of the 90s.
Tractor. See, Bill, another tractor movie.
I know, that's what Andrew goes. Who picked this? So if you love tractors, Ian picked this wonderful movie called At Close Range.
It's really good for Sean Penn.
Of tractor rings of people stealing tractors. So if it
That's
has
a really good movie, you should see it, Sloane.
No, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, Sean Penn, you can't, and Christopher Walken is a great cast.
Oh,
but I'm sorry. Back to your thoughts on
if
this.
you're curious why tractors were stolen in Pennsylvania in 1970, it's the movie for you. If that was burning in your head,
no, people get killed over those tractors. It's deeper than that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, the tractor scene. What? I couldn't believe that was where this was going. But no, and let me just say this: if my sister ever went after my neighborhood farm boy, I would kill her. I would have been way meaner to her.
Do you have a sister?
And also, I mean, no, but off the bed though. Sorry. No, I don't have a sister, but no, I'd kill her. But then at the same time, like, I'd probably be the older sister too. Like, okay, well, you're 11, so
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go. I don't know. I was really angry at them, and I don't think they should have made up.
But she resisted. The sister did resist him, but he was very pushy.
She didn't resist.
She tried.
She's fake nice. She was like, oh, she literally said, is he a good kisser? You don't say that unless you're a mean girl.
But she taught her sister how to kiss. It's her fault.
Man, I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, blame him a little bit, but she knew better. She's the adult. She shouldn't have. She's the bigger sister. She shouldn't have been doing that. But anyways,
my brother and I have had similar situations. And
really,
Yes.
With
So,
Farm Boys.
not Farm Boy, but the person didn't fall off a tractor, though they did just
Oh.
die, actually. But that's sad.
Oh.
Yeah, it happens. We're older now, so people start dying.
Oh.
Yeah. My brother's alive, though.
That's
That
great
one.
news.
Yeah, thank you.
Ian.
There's always a silver lining.
I think these things do happen, and I don't know. But yeah, overall, what'd you think?
I liked it. I mean, I liked it, but it made me angry.
Okay, so it made you feel something. That's good.
Yeah. I definitely went on a roller coaster with it, but I think my mom would really like it. So I wish I would have waited for her.
I know, that's what she said.
You
She
can
would
watch it again with your
loves
mom.
a good Lifetime.
This is better than Lifetime.
No,
Just
it
the music
is a
makes
Lifetime
it seem like
movie.
that.
True.
The
I agree.
score is giving Lifetime.
It's a little heavy-handed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I liked it. It had nothing to do with a man in the moon, though.
Well, they look at the moon at the end and or the
Like,
beginning and the end. I wish I could talk to the man in the moon again. Remember?
No, I do remember now.
Okay. What'd you
Bill?
think, Bill?
Okay, 52-year-old man picked this movie. Just one.
But I saw it when I was like 18. And
A 52-year-old man picked this movie.
am I really a man though?
It's debatable after this week.
I'll take it.
I love the director. He did To Kill a Mockingbird. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
That's a great movie.
And so to go out with this one, when I'm sure he was in the 70s, the acting was great. It did seem like I watched it with my girlfriend, and she was like, "This is like a young adult book."
Yeah, I can see that.
Like that they would have read in middle school and stuff like that. Everyone was really great.
Mm-hmm.
It came out during a time where it's all action movies, so this had no chance and stuff like that.
That's why it was so refreshing.
Yeah, like it was
And it bombed big time.
Passenger 57, stuff like that. So they took a risk. When's the last movie where they said introducing someone? Also,
Yeah.
Sam Waterston's always great. And yeah, it's a very small movie. What can I say?
I had the poster and the soundtrack. I actually still have them. They're not up though, and I don't
That's
listen
fun.
to it.
All right. Well, FBI, if you want to go to Ian's house.
I'm married and have kids and dogs. Like I'm safe.
Oh, he's
Why'd
got
you
dogs.
have the Why'd you have the poster? What?
Because it was just I found it so moving, and just I love movie. I posters.
Is it nostalgia for you or something?
I still found it quite moving when I watched it just the other day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like mostly that scene with Sam Waterston and she in the truck, and how he's acting with his face turned away. I'm like, that acting, like to try to resist crying is like a big acting thing. Like you don't want to try to show you're crying. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Tess Harper was in the movie. I did additional material for her, and she's always great.
Yeah, she was great.
Called The Good Side of Bad. So you guys should check that out.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I got to see that.
Yeah. It's on. You can rent it. All right, so let me do my pick.
Oh, what'd you do, Bill?
Oh, geez. How about that? We did a movie called Dogfight.
What movie?
Hold on. Dogfight?
Oh, haven't heard of it.
Yeah, what's that about?
Was that starring Tom Kemp?
No, that's not starring Tom Kemp. It's a movie that Warner Brothers barely released in 1991 or 1990.
I wasn't quite born yet, but go on.
Yes. Yeah, you were standing outside for tickets for The Man in the Moon.
They came out the same day, though. Isn't that crazy? These movies came out the same day, same year, just by chance.
Wow, I should have picked one that would have been.
We didn't mean to do that, though. It was
Yeah, it was nuts. So there's a Criterion DVD of it. The director Nancy Savoca, I think that's how you pronounce it.
She is.
She did a movie called True Love, which is if you're Italian, it's a classic Italian movie. It's like the first independent movie. Ron Eldard, who's awesome in it. And so this was her first chance at studio film. And she got RiverPhoenix and lilytaylor, who's absolutely amazing in it. And Warner Brothers dropped it, like just hated it. It made like $50,000. And over time, people have come to really like the movie. She's a really great director. She did a movie called Household Saints with Tracy Ullman.
Yeah.
And then she had to do a Lifetime movie, kind of like
Man in
Ian's
the
movie,
Moon?
like Ian's pick. But she's super talented, and it's so well done. And it's so sad to see River Phoenix not with us anymore. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, died 2 years after this.
But the plot is in early 1960s, a bunch of Marines are going to San Francisco, and they have something called they're on leave before they're shipped out to Vietnam. And they're on leave to go before they go on leave, they participate in something called a dogfight, where they get the ugliest person to go with them to a bar or like a dance, and whoever has the ugliest date wins. And River Phoenix, has a change of heart halfway through it, and the girl finds out what it is, and he goes, and so he's battling what he knows as a man and what his heart feels like. It's a movie's ahead of its time.
Mm-hmm.
Super well done. I can't recommend it enough. I think it's one of the best movies of the 90s. And
we have a clip.
I'm going to have the fucking poached salmon with the son of a bitching rice and a dirty bastard salad with a shitload of Roquefort dressing. Thank you. And who knows what this asshole wants?
I'll just take a fucking beer.
That's so funny.
I've never seen somebody roll their eyes back so far as that waiter.
Yeah.
And that scene ended up being great because you see them that he doesn't have enough money for a second dish, so they share it. And that's when he starts to really like her and stuff like that. Can't recommend the movie enough. If you have a DVD player, the Criterion DVD is out. And what'd you guys, Sloane, what'd you think?
I didn't know what to expect, but I really liked it a lot. I didn't know where it was going, and so that's always fun. So I was watching it and I was like, oh, okay, is he gonna be mean? Are they gonna be mean? And then I liked that as he's bringing her to the dogfight, he's like, actually, I've got it. Well, let's go dance somewhere. I can dance somewhere. And he's like, kind of like, it was nice to see him second guessing. Also, this is the first River Phoenix film I've ever seen.
Oh,
I've
wow.
never seen him in anything. And so that was really a trip, to be honest. And obviously now I got to go watch more of the stuff. But then I love lilytaylor. I loved her in 6 Feet Under. That's like one of my favorite shows of all time, and she's on that show. And I was like, it was interesting to see her in such a very different character, and I liked her. Everything she did was just so like honest, and she really stood up for herself. I like that she was written that way, and and then you just see them kind of fall in love. I love the ending. The ending was my favorite part. I don't want to spoil it, but you've already seen it, so I'm just going to spoil it.
When
anyway.
he walks into the place at the end?
When he walks in and they don't speak, they just hug. And I thought that was really sweet.
And you just ruined the end. Well, I'm just kidding.
And it was all a dream. No, but it was, I just liked that was, they didn't have anything else to say. It was just kind of like this, like, oh, like you. I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah.
I thought it ended up being like way more romantic than what it said, like what it was about. I was like, oh, they're going to be mean to these women. Also, E.G. Daily is fantastic.
Who?
Yeah.
E.G. Daily, she plays the girl who like put in the fake teeth and like did
yeah.
She was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and she sang the song in Better Off Dead.
She's the voice of Tommy and the Rugrats and like a bunch of different. Yeah, she's a huge voice actress, and she's an itty bitty little thing too. She's so cute, but she was great in that. I actually really loved it.
Yeah, I remember this got great reviews. Like Bill said, I don't know why the studio hated it, but it came and went. It played in 2 theaters, and it made like under $500,000, which is insane. And so I rented it when it came out to video, and I remember not finishing it because I've never seen the whole thing. And I think I was like, they're being so mean to these girls. And I just felt bad. And I was just like, I don't want to watch that. I should have given it a chance because it is great. Yeah. It is, I would say, nearly a perfect film. I would say I love that end, like you said. Yeah. I think there's a few pieces in between when he leaves her and goes off to the military. and comes back. I think it gets a little messy in between there, and I wish it tied it up a little. I don't think we needed to see a lot of this stuff that happened after her number got ripped up.
Yeah.
I'm nitpicking. I think it's a great movie. I think Lilytaylor, though, is the gem in this. She outshines Phoenix. It's great.
Yeah.
Good pick, Bill.
I couldn't believe they got all those Bob Dylan songs.
I know, right?
I was like, wait, how did they get all these Bob Dylan songs? And then I saw it was Warner Brothers. I was like, oh.
They own them already. Yeah.
And they shot in San Francisco. It was crazy. Yeah. I can't imagine. I'm sure it was like a $10 million movie.
Right. Yeah, I guess he didn't plan to get that shot when he walks off and you see the skyline of San Francisco, but they're like, oh my God, look at the skyline and the light and everything. Let's just shoot this. And Phoenix, I guess, didn't know why they were doing it. They're like, just go that way. He's like, okay, I'm going to run this way. I'm running. And you can see like there's a video store in one of the storefronts there. I'm like, oh, okay, video store in 1964. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I mean, it's a great movie. Great pick. Definitely recommend it.
Awesome. All right, so we come to the point, Sloane, where you have to pick a movie. You can't pick your own. What movie did you like best this week?
But you should honor Tennessee.
What movie did I like best?
Poor little Reese Witherspoon.
Here's the thing. Man in the Moon went on too long and Dogfight wasn't long enough.
Ooh.
There you go.
So both of them.
Oh, you can do both.
Well, you know what? It's got to be Dogfight because Man in the Moon. I maybe was more invested in Man in the Moon, but then it pissed me off. I was like, all right.
I respect that.
Well, I'm still mad at them, all of them, every one of them. The dad, I'm mad at everyone. So
I get it, and the tractor.
Yeah. And also Reese Witherspoon, your sister's old enough to date. You're not. Like, you're gonna have another chance. I'm just still mad at that. So I'm gonna pick Dogfight because also Lilytaylor just made me cry. I thought she was beautiful.
She was great. I totally think your pick for our show, Brick, is an awesome pick for this show. Again, not for me. Dogfight. Yeah. I'm glad you put the spotlight back on it, Bill, because it's a great movie. I'm gonna go with Dogfight.
Yeah.
No offense, Sloane. I think your pick's great.
No, that's fair.
And I'm going to go with Dogfight as
well. Wait a minute.
No, I'm going to go for Man in the Moon just because of my girlfriend's accents during the movie. The Southern accents.
Was she doing accents?
Yeah. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Did you buy those accents, Sloane?
Did I buy them? Oh, absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned that because one of the compliments I want to give that movie is they all had the same regional accent. Oh, wow. I never felt like, oh, he's doing North Carolina and she's doing Texas and because when I watch he saw a bird, sorry. When I watch movies and TV shows now, and including the things I do where I play Southern, we're not being specific enough of what Southern accent we're doing. And I felt like everybody was locked in on the same. Whatever Reese Witherspoon was doing, they were like, "Great, that's the one we're doing." I thought that was really well done. And then maybe they're all from Tennessee, but it sounded pretty believable to me.
So you can switch your vote back to Man in the Moon then.
It's over. It's over. So I win the employee.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to take
employee
it down.
of the. Yeah, you did because you're mad I won. Employee of the month, Akeem, for outstanding performance on effort.
Yes.
And what does Tom Kemp get?
Runner up, he gets the Man in the Moon.
All right. Okay. So we like to talk about where to find these films, and we can find them. Man in the Moon can be found on Pluto, Prime, and Tubi.
I watched it
on Tubi. Okay. And then Brick can be found. You got to rent it on Prime, iTunes, or in an ancient video store if you can find one. Mm-hmm. And same for Dogfight, rent on Prime or iTunes, or buy.
Or you could buy the Criterion DVD.
You could do that.
Yep.
And and that would be worth the risk of buying something you haven't seen.
They're breaking because they're vintage.
Yes, exactly.
Wait, what's that?
I have the Brick DVD. I can't say anything.
I used to have it, I think. Yeah, I did because I bought it blind before I saw it.
Oh, you're crazy like that.
I know.
Sloane, crazy.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you.
You're awesome.
Thanks for coming on. Please like and subscribe, and
don't leave us, Sloane.
Okay. Yeah, stay for after the credits. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
the popcorn, grab a Coke, and find that old VHS. We're diving deep in cheesy flicks. Yeah, we're on a